He's right-handed, but he was a left-hand shooter. It was the funniest thing because he could play with both hands, but you would never be expecting that shot from the left. And he made his brother as good as his brother ended up being. He learned how to shoot from the outside. So we always give Bub credit, like, yeah, you're a three-point shooter because your brother. So we have to start with the Summer Safety Initiative. It's a rev up during the summer months of plainclothes police officers and unmarked vehicles watching whomever they choose. That's what these particular officers were doing that day. Where your coat at?
It's in the house.
You tripping. You tripping. I guess on all the kids, I don't care. Right here. This is my sister's house, right here. This is where my son was coming to. So yeah, he was almost home. 2 doors from safety. And this is where my baby, he took his last breaths. You know, my sister was in the house cooking and said she heard the tires squealing, and then she heard the shots. They fired upon my son. I was told he did fire back at them. I think they fired a total of 22 shots or so and hit him 8 times. And if he had his gun and it was out, where was he breaking the law still? If Ohio is an open carry state. So it's an open carry state for everybody but a black man? Is that what you're trying to say?
Before all this happened with Donna, I didn't realize that there were undercover officers. I was really uneducated on the workings of the Columbus Police Department or Vice or any of that. Donna was picked up by a Columbus police officer who then drove her to a secluded location and trapped her in his car. Donna had been on the streets such a short amount of time that she really was unsure whether Andrew Mitchell was a Vice officer or not. But she did know when she got in that car what to look for. She knew to look for a badge. She knew to look for a walkie-talkie. And when he was unable to produce either of them, she wasn't convinced that he was a police officer. My sister, in fear for her life, defended herself against him, and he shot and killed her. on again. She had so many people that loved her, that love her still and will never forget about her. I hate that I feel her here. She doesn't belong here, but she's stuck.
He was a good kid. He got started saving his money because he had to have Jordans. He started shoveling snow when it was winter, raking leaves. He started selling candy bars. He was a little entrepreneur early.
I had just come home from Bible study, and one of my daughter's friends, Cynthia, came. She had been told that Ty had been shot by the police.
My mom's crying. I'm asking him, like, what's wrong? Nobody's saying nothing. Then my mom just told me. And I was like, I think that's the day everything changed. Everything. Well, that is the day everything changed.
The boy was 95 pounds. 95 pounds. 5'2". So he didn't even fit the description of who they were looking for. Ty was running away. He was running away. And I would imagine, I think I know for a fact, had he gotten away, he'd have come back here. He would have come back here.
I was so excited because Julius, he was my first boy. Me as a mother, I would always want to have a boy because, you know, he would protect his sisters.
I had a dream my brother had another funeral, but this time he was awake. He had just been sleeping. And he was there with me, and he kept trying to get me to come home with him, but when I woke up, he was not there. So would anybody like to explain to me why my brother wasn't there? Would the police department, would Eric Richards like to come and tell me why my brother is not here right now? No matter what I say, me speaking right now, y'all gonna listen, y'all hear me, right? But ain't nobody else gonna hear me. This ain't gonna get that far out there. Ain't nobody else gonna know what I said tonight, right now.
I don't believe Columbus. I don't. Y'all done took my son away from me and my family. Y'all took a whole part of me and still haven't gave me any answers, but he was a black child. Is the justice system designed for my kind? Is it designed for Julius?
We arrive at Grant Hospital, still no clue. Where's my son? No clue.
The young lady at the security desk said he's in critical condition, he's under arrest. I said, can I see him? And the detective came and he said, we can't let you do that.
They would not let me see him. The detective took me and my oldest daughter in a room, and then he said, I apologize. Your son is deceased. And I just lost it. I lost it.
I'll never forget that detective told me, you can't see him because he's evidence. And so I never got to see or touch him warm again.
My mom and my daughter talked to this detective, and that man said that was my son. They gotta be kidding me, because that's not my son in there. That's not my son in there. So we go home and turn the TV on, and boom, my son's name, age, and what school he went to was on the news. I'm like, wow, how do they know all this? And no one ever knocked on my door. No one ever called me.
Within a few hours that my son was killed, Rich Weiner, a spokesperson for Columbus Police, was giving a story that my son, a suspect, was standing on the corner and brandishing a weapon. That was the original story that went across the airwaves. If when I ask you questions, you tell me you can't give me answers because the case is under investigation, how is it that you can have one of your spokespersons go on the news and say exactly what happened? We have a group of officers that believe they can be judge, jury, and executioner. My son came across paths with two officers who definitely, thought that way.
Donna wasn't the first person that was seemingly murdered in cold blood by a police officer, but there hadn't been any accountability for any of these other families. It's not right or fair that because he was Black and she was white, the only officer that's being held responsible is the one that killed Donna.
The first officer that gets indicted is a Black man who killed a white woman. That was easy. That was easy. I don't want to dismiss the Dalton's family's pain. That was their baby.
If we're going to use that word justice, then the same rule should apply for everybody. The grand jury system needs to be changed. It's focused only on what the officer's moves are, and the victim is left being criminalized.
During the grand jury process, the police officers were the last to be interviewed. They come in their uniforms, looking like the neighborhood heroes. So I wasn't surprised. I would have been more surprised if they would have gotten indicted.
They can stand behind their uniform and they can get away with something that if you or I went out and did, we are going to get in trouble for it because we don't have that uniform on. And that's not okay.
Can I trust the police? No, I cannot. My kids don't even trust them. And I ask God for forgiveness every day and for him to understand me, that I will never forget what was done to my son and how it was done.
Floyd was an undeniable lynching. So while we call for justice for George Floyd, there are so many people right here in Columbus, Ohio, that have been killed by Columbus police officers. And we have to demand that our leaders do what's right for the community and do what's right to keep us safe. Because I don't want another phone call like the one I got from my sister.
I was trying to grieve for my sister, but then I began grieving for other people that I had never met. Young people that had died at the hands of officers.
This was her baby, her youngest.
I have to use my voice to help raise theirs.
By a guilty-ass system. This is always hard. This is always emotional.
My son will not be at peace until his mother, his father, his family, his siblings are treated with love, care, and respect. Our lives matter and our feelings matter. Julia's life and his feelings matter.
Justice would be, for me, would have to start in the government. All of them need to go. All of them need to go. And a whole new system. It just needs to be a whole new system.